Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Proof Alpha demo. My name is Luigi. I am one of the co-founders of Proof, and I'm excited to walk you through our basic page here. So what you see in front of you is the Proof Alpha homepage. Once a user is logged in, I am test@test.com, and I hold 318 proofs, which are the native currency on the Proof platform. Proofs are one-to-one tradable with dollars and can be withdrawn and added onto the platform at any time. What you see in front of you here, the first article is this South Carolina labeled article, has a vote yellow decal on it. This yellow decal indicates that this vote is now open on the Proof platform. Voters can be voting at any time when you see this. There are also true and false decals which explain how the closed voting occurred. I'd like to take you through a basic submission and voting process on the Proof platform. Now, a perfect time to submit on the platform is when somebody is scrolling through their newsfeed on external websites and notices something that they question. Right here, I have an article about Broncos Vice President John Elway storming the field and firing players on the spot. This article was debunked by many outlets, fact-checking outlets previously, and is a great example of the type of content we can submit to the Proof platform. Once I've copied that link, I can hit this Add Link button, paste the link, and submit that tag. The Proof backend system will suggest tags, which will help the submitter help categorize that content. I'll select the relevant tags based on my research and submit that article. Now, once that article is submitted, the Proof backend system is conducting checks in terms of whether or not that article has been previously submitted, or if it has been submitted, whether or not the content in that article has changed substantially. Once this yellow decal is here, as I mentioned previously, this voting is now open. I can now click this, and this will take me to a voting card. What you see in this minimalist approach on our voting card is meant to look and feel like a ballot, a traditional voting ballot experience. We're not trying to confuse the voter or show them too many things. We're really just trying to elicit the vote from the user. Now, after conducting my research on this article and into the facts of this article, I will place my vote. I'll select mostly false, and I am going to stake 100 proofs. I'd also have the opportunity to select whether or not this was an opinion piece. I do not believe that it was, and I will leave that unchecked. I will now submit my vote, and after my vote is submitted, or during my vote is submitted, there are many other Proof voters who are also submitting votes. To become a voter on the Proof platform, people need to conduct identity checks and answer a basic submission form and purchase proofs once the beta goes live. As these voters are voting on this content, Proof has developed a proprietary algorithm which will be tallying these votes. The vote will not close until the conditions for this algorithm are met. And what we really designed in this algorithm are the conditions required for crowd intelligence to be present. We're basically trying to facilitate optimal crowd intelligence and organize wise crowds here. So once those conditions are met and we have our wise crowd, the vote will close. And for the sake of this demo, I will refresh the screen, and you will see that this John Elway article is now closed with 90% false rating. I can click on this article and see the metadata associated with that vote. So for example, I have the total wagered proofs, median wager on that, also the amount of voters that participated in this voting, how many voted for true and false. The Proof platform is not a one person, one vote platform. It does use weighted voting in a quadratic form. And the way quadratic voting works is that the votes, the amount of tokens you put up purchase the square root of the votes. So if you stake 16 tokens, you will purchase 4 votes. And the properties that quadratic voting provides us are inability for certain malicious actors to purchase an outcome. Or the other things you can see on this voting card are how much I wagered and how much I won. I've won 10 proofs, or 10% return on the 100 that I staked on this article. Now, after looking through this data, I can also go to my wallet and see the transaction history of my voting on the platform. And here is our most recent article. 110, the 100 that I staked, and the 10 winnings that I had on that article. The last thing I'd like to show you is what all this voting can provide us with. What you see in front of you are analytics associated with authors, topics, and sources. And this is where the power of proof really starts to become visible. Now that we have votes which were staked with actual incentives and disincentives behind it, and were meaningful votes, more meaningful than likes or upvotes and downvotes, we can now aggregate analytics on sources and topics and authors. So, for example, we can start to rank sources based on topics. So if you're interested in, for example, the New York Jets, and you'd like to see who are the highest rated authors on that topic, you can come to Proof, look at the previous history of that topic and the sources who author that content. You can also look at the chart on the right, the line chart on the right. You can track topics over time. So if coverage was decidedly false initially, it can then move to true as more facts emerge, etc. And this is where the proof's metadata becomes really, really powerful, and we can start to create an open internet where there's accountability in sources and journalism, and also the readers have much better visibility into how different authors and sources write on certain topics. Now, this has been a very basic demo of the Proof user experience for an alpha version. What you don't see in this demo are email notifications and identity and registration. For the Proof Alpha, identity verification will not be required, but you will have email notifications once articles have closed, or once you have won or lost on an article as a voter, or when you've submitted an article and you've returned a certain result. And this has been a basic demonstration. And if anybody would like to reach out to me, my email is luigi@proofmedia.io. And I thank you for your time.